Yo, what's up, everybody? You are listening to the Make Jazz Chill Again podcast. I am your host, Melanie Charles.
And I'm your co-host, Yunie Mo, aka Yunie Mojica.
And
Well, we
here we
back.
are.
We back. We back.
Have you guys missed us? Have you guys listened to our last episodes? Our last episode was my one-on-one sit down with Corinne Bailey Ray. Uni, I really missed you that
I
day. It was so
know.
scary doing it by myself. Even though Corinne is so sweet, I just missed my partner in crime. I really missed you,
We
girl.
really learned that having the two of us is it's a whole ping pong effect that we got going on.
It's the yin and the yang.
The yin and the yang.
But
Yeah.
luckily Corinne is so cool. Maybe we can bring her back for a part two.
You know.
But we've been getting some good feedback. But I don't know if you guys are hip. But we just launched our YouTube page because we're trying to enter into the YouTube space. You know what I'm saying? Trying to bring you more video
Wait,
content.
time out. Are we about to? We're YouTubers now.
We're like low-key YouTubers.
Really? Oh.
Hello, YouTube. So yeah, we're just grateful to our regular listeners and welcome to the people who are joining us. We're just kicking it and chatting. This week's episode is just Uni and I. I love it when we get to do our one-on-ones, like catch ups.
Right? Me too. I really enjoy it. It's like a little palate cleanser for us, and it gets our listeners getting to know us even a little bit more. People feel connected. And I actually had dinner with a friend the other day, and she was like, "Girl, I love your podcast, and you guys are so consistent doing the thing." I was like, "Wait,
Really?
what?" Yes.
Girl,
I was like, "We be feeling like we be falling short sometimes." She's like, "No, that's not how it comes across." I'm like, "Oh, amazing." So I had to share that.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that, Uni. It's really important for us to affirm ourselves as we go. You know what I mean? Because it's very easy to get caught up in like, what are we doing? But yeah, shout out to your friend. Thank you. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep doing
Keep
the
on
work.
trucking
But
along.
before we pressed record, first of all, I have a new camera. Shout out to Ebar. Okay, Ebar.
Ebar!
Yes, Ivar sat me down and was like, "This is the camera you need. This is the light that you need." So I'm like getting my setup together, but I'm looking at you, Uni, but the camera's up here, and I know I look cross-eyed. So if you see me struggling, I'm trying to figure it out. But we was talking about the new Megan record. What do
Meg
you
the
think about it,
Stallion. Yes. And my cat is paying a visit. Get down.
Luther?
Meg the Stallion, she came out with her new record,
Okay.
which was kind of unexpected, in my opinion.
Yeah, it
And
was.
It's called Megan Act 2.
I just feel like it's like I don't know. I feel like it's a little fast for her to have dropped it.
Yeah, but this track is called Bigger in Texas, and she
Okay.
goes hard with the bars, letting everybody know that I'm here. I got bars. I'm in the booth. Period.
love
And I know
that.
who I am. It's just so much confidence. It's for the girlies.
You said that Glorilla's on it too?
Glorilla came out with her own record called Glorious,
Okay, shout out to Glorilla.
and that is my new
Glorious.
gym record.
Yes, it gets your blood pumping. It gets you
my
hype.
Yep,
Okay, all right.
both of them.
You know what? Let me make some notes so that I can remember this. I always do this every episode. I'm like, I'm gonna take notes.
Let me take my notes.
All right, so must listen to the Megan Part 2.
Yes. Then I was in my jazz bag. I was getting back to Kenny Dorham, actually, and I got a really sweet message. Shout out to Yvette Durham, Kenny Dorham's daughter, and they just celebrated his centennial at the end of August.
Oh wow!
And she reached out to me and was like, just saying thank you for introducing yourself. And when I was working at Jazz Lincoln Center, we had Seton Hawkins and I had a show called A Closer Listen, and I reached out to her. We brought her in to talk about Kenny Dorham and go through some of his records, and that was the catalyst to celebrating his centennial at Dizzy's and doing a whole session with Kenny Washington, the drummer, trumpet Jimmy Owens, and they were all talking about Kenny Dorham, and how important it is to write your own music, which is, and she stresses that a lot because Kenny Durham was very much a composer,
Yeah.
and a lot of his songs are
Yeah.
are in the canon of jazz standards
Standards. Yeah, it's
to
true.
this day, from
It's
like
true.
Una Mas and
Yeah.
Miner's Holiday, just to kind of name a few. So I was
Yeah.
Whistle Stop, a whole bunch of different songs. So I was kind of after I got the message, I was like, let me revisit Kenny Durham, and he was also a pioneer of that transition of Latin jazz and bringing in like congas and like that whole fusion of genre. And he was a pioneer between like him and Dizzy and Mongo Santa Maria and all those guys and Bird,
Yeah.
and he was really in that. So there's his record is called Afro-Cuban.
The record
Afro-Cuban.
Afro-Cuban?
Yes.
You know, it's so interesting that you are talking about this record and Kenny Durham because yesterday I had a sit down with one of the students at U Chicago. She writes for a paper. I feel bad. I can't remember the paper, but the article is supposed to be out soon. But she was talking about the current state of jazz. And I was like, well, girl, if you're doing a paper, you know, an article on the current state of jazz, you have to acknowledge how right now people are really interested in reimagining even what we're calling this music. People want to call it band. People want to call it Black American music. And I was telling her how, although I know that a lot of the musicians that we admire and we study and we love had choice words to say about the word jazz and like wanting it to be called Black classical music or, you know, American classical music, bam, etc. I said, but I struggle with that because it almost erases the aspects of jazz that was created through the sound of the Caribbean, through the sounds of Africa, you know, the Latin jazz, the Afro-Cuban, like all of that is really important to the development of the tradition. So,
You're so right.
you know
Yes.
what I mean? Like we can't like kind of forget that. That really has to be part of the conversation, I think, always. So yeah, like shout out to Kenny Durham and the OGs that fuse those rhythms. I also did a gig over the weekend with Micaiah McCraven. He
Oh,
was doing the
yes.
music of Max Roach.
Really?
Yeah, because it's the 100th, I believe, is it this year or
Centennial.
next year? The centennial is
This
this year,
year,
right?
this past year, yeah.
Right. So there's been a lot of wonderful programming honoring the work of Max Roach. And so preparing for this gig, you know me, you know I'm crazy. I like dove deep into all these Max Roach interviews and I chopped them up for the show and stuff. And one of the interviews, Max Roach was talking about how like this music is percussive music. It's like dance music.
Yeah.
It's dance music first. He was like a lot of drummers that you love are tap dancers too. I didn't know that. And he was like, you know, I dance a bit myself. I was like,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah, he's actually, yes. He did tap dance. Michaela, who was on our podcast,
yeah.
actually let me know that she sat in with him and then he came around and tapped with her.
Oh my God. I love that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like, for him, that's like the fundamental, like the starting point of the music, you know? And so now when I listen to his music, I'm like, like you was coming from that angle to the point where he wasn't really trying to have piano in his instrumentations that much. He was like, he only really uses piano when he is working with vocals.
So interesting. With vocals in particular.
Yes, you know?
Miles didn't, there was a point where Miles took piano out too, I think.
I think a lot of people find the piano to take up a lot of space because it's like percussion, it's like rhythm, it's melody, it's everything, it's harmony. So I get how it can get in the way. I love a good moment when it's just me
Yeah.
and the bass personally,
And
you know?
Christian McBride's band New John, there's no piano in that group either.
You know what I'm saying? It's an
It's an
interesting,
interesting soundscape.
yeah.
But I do love piano, especially electric piano, Fender Rhodes.
Yeah, I find that I like Rhodes more than I like piano mostly.
Oh, like in a regular grand upright
Yeah, a
grand
regular grand.
sound. That
Yeah,
sound is very poignant.
it is.
And
I think it works well in like solo, like solo piano. You
yeah, I
know.
don't necessarily. I mean, it is kind of the sound that we're in and the energy and the waves that we're in. Where, in my opinion, there's a lot of electronic incorporation
Yeah,
in our music now,
yeah.
which is very much of the time, and it's a big reason why I use pedals with my saxophone because
Yeah,
like an acoustic sound kind of sits flat on top of
right.
other electronic sounds. So when
Yeah,
you do that, like it's very hard to make that blend. So
yeah.
in some ways,
It's true, and I guess it depends on what the instrument is. Like, I don't know. I really find myself to be kind of a purist. I really prefer the sound of an upright bass over electric bass
really,
in certain settings. Yes, and but I like the upright bass to be EQ'd very hot and almost distorted, so that it has that same drive as electric, but the body of the upright. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So, but shout out to Makai McCraven and Junius Paul and Mark Carey and Marquise
Woo!
Hill. Yeah, I was singing with them
Oh my gosh,
in
you and
UMass.
Mark Carey back together is just like,
Oh,
oh,
seriously, it was such a beautiful reunion. And, he's such a
oh,
master teacher. He taught me so much. Once again, in our reunion gig. And one of the things that really stood with me, which is a little bit, we're pivoting here, but, I was like, he's like, he's like, I don't really participate in social media in the conversations about politics and like all kinds of things. I kind of like,
get it?
I have conversations in my community intimately, but like not really on social media.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I feel that, but I don't know. Now I'm feeling like as a musician, like it's our job to like create discourse and say something about what's happening. The elections happening. I think a lot of us saw that Jazz for Kamala
Yeah, even Beyonce got up and said
show.
something. We never hear her say anything. And she literally got up on a podium, her and Kelly Rowland.
Yeah.
Kelly rolled up like she was her boyfriend.
I know. I was like, Kelly,
It was
that is a
funny.
very interesting suit, sis. But I appreciate it. She was trying.
I
But
know, right? That was great. That
that
was
was
great.
cool. I was like, but I'm feeling like we have to say something. And Mark Carey was like, put it in the music.
Put in the music.
And he was like, and it doesn't have to be like blatant like lyrics that are like just the fact of you doing the music is radical. And that is the work, And like there's no one way to advocate and create conversation and open people's minds and inspire people. It doesn't have to be a post. It doesn't have to be you're standing on the corner on a soapbox making a speech. As musicians, as artists, put it in the work.
You know, when you put it in your music, it lasts longer.
Ooh. When you put it in your music, it lasts longer. Let me see. I'm gonna write that down. Okay, you got bars today. You said I got bars today. I
I didn't
love
expect to
that.
have any bars, like
If you put it in the music, it lasts longer.
it
It really
does.
does. And then tying back to this, we insist the Max Roach incredible body of art. Like to this day, we are
To
still
this
digging through this
day.
music. It's still so relevant and
It
it
still
inspires
hits.
us.
It still hits. It's like fine wine.
Yeah.
It's aged. It ages. It. I don't want to say it aged beautifully because it's the fact that it's still relevant sucks.
Yeah.
So it aged. It aged well.
It aged well. And I think it's just a beautiful another body of work for us to draw inspiration from, to also see how far we've come, because we have come. It's really easy to say, wow, we have so much work to do, but we also have to remember all the work that has been done. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like shout out to us as a people, as a nation, But yeah, there's definitely more work
Well,
to
let's see what
do.
happens after the election.
Let's see. I've been following Kamala and seeing what she's saying that she's gonna do. She's sounding like she's going to, a lot of people are disappointed in the previous administration's role in the war abroad and are feeling like that is grounds not to vote for her. Right? I'm hearing people saying that they just don't want to vote at all. But
There's a lot less people I hear saying they don't want to vote at all. But as soon as Kamala said that as soon as that shift happened between her and Biden, there were more people saying that they're going to vote than not.
what shift with her and Biden?
Well, when Biden made the announcement that he's not running and that Kamala
Right.
decided to,
You
there
feel
was
like more people said they were
yeah,
gonna
there was
vote
there's
Democratic?
more of a force that happened. There's more
Yes.
people speaking out saying that they are going to vote. There's more
Yes.
celebrity endorsement with
But
it.
on social media right now, there's like a lot of people, especially in the
A lot of
musician
weird ass
community.
comments.
I mean, they're challenging the previous administration role in the war, and I think that that is a really big piece for people. And so I've been
Rightfully so,
thinking,
I get it.
rightfully so.
But here at the same time, this is my whole thing. In no way do I think that Biden was a savior. In no way do I think Kamala is a savior in any of this. We have to pick the lesser of two evils. It
That's
is
what I
what it
say.
is.
I agree.
I don't want to hear like, oh, I'm not gonna vote or this that like,
Yeah.
or I'd rather not vote than be forced to pick. It's like, well, this is
Yeah.
what it is.
The way the math works, you not voting Democratic gives more power to the Republican vote or the third parties. You know what I mean? Like the way
Yeah,
that
it's
the
not gonna
math
do
works,
anything.
your lack of a vote actually does actually have an impact. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like people don't realize that. So I'm just like, what if the conversation is, Kamala, we're voting for you, but we're disappointed in the way that you did this, this, and that. Will you fix that? We're gonna vote. We're gonna vote for you, girl, but we're gonna need you to fix this. Like, why can't it be that? Why it has to be
It is never
like
that. It's never that. I mean, like, I do see things. There's things that the Biden administration I saw them do that I appreciated, but there's also the reality of like what's happening in the House, the amount of Republicans that are there. It's
Yeah.
not that easy.
It's not that easy.
It's really not. It's a fight that is continuous and
Yeah.
continual and really isn't going to stop.
Yeah.
So, but it's like, but all I know is when I voted for Biden, I knew that I wanted Trump out. I voted for
Right.
Kamala. I know that I don't want him back in.
Right,
so
right,
that's
right.
what we doing.
A vote for Kamala doesn't mean that you agree 100% with her policies and
Agreed.
her approach. It just means you don't want this other person. So I don't know. I just feel like that's
Yeah.
such a heavy debate right now. Social media is very weird and scary.
It is. There's
The
a lot of
advertisements are
weird.
getting more weird and weird, and we're unraveling. But
I
we'll,
know
as a
the amount of
society-
people that were in MSG the other night was just like,
Yeah.
and then I'm just so disappointed in the Puerto Rican community, the people that showed up there, and the celebrity endorsements of some Puerto Rican music artists that I really don't even care to say their name.
Oh, I don't know about this. I didn't hear this.
Yeah, he said that just like he did with Haiti, he was just like, oh, Puerto Rico, or someone from his administration was like, Puerto Rico is just a floating island of trash.
I did see that this morning. I wiped it out of my head.
No, I know you have to. You'd be like, all right, whatever. So
But which doesn't make sense because Puerto Rico is part of the United States. I'm confused. I'm like,
it is, but it's not at the same time. Like, there's so many issues with Puerto Rico in
there
general.
is a lot of issues.
Where there's half want to be a state and half want to be independent, and there's just no. So it just stays this commonwealth where you can't even. I think you can't even vote unless you're officially a U.S. citizen, and by way of like
Really?
whatever. Yeah, it's weird and really messed up. Really, a lot of racism in there. A lot of just like ignorance and just people who have the colonized mindset.
Yeah. I mean, the colonized mindset is something that is so, it's generation after generation after generation. It's so deeply rooted. I talk about this all the time how, like, in Haiti, we were colonized by France. They brought us French. We took that on, and now today, we're like, you're not educated unless you speak the colonizer's language, basically. And in college and school, higher education, the language in which everything is taught is in French. Even though we have our native tongue, the language of Creole, which is a combination of African dialect, Spanish, all of that, that is ours, we're still holding on to the colonizer's language. So I'm like, bro, like, this
Yeah.
is so backwards, you know? But it's generational, and it's this is what the world has been built on. So I don't really know. I mean, I've been reading, me, every week, every few weeks, there's a new book that's like saving my life. I'm back to Osho, guys.
I love it. You well is giving well educated.
I hope that's what it's giving, child.
Yes, it
I just
is. And curiosity and just wanting to expanding your mind, freeing your mind, and being the best version of yourself. That's what it is. Why are you making fun of yourself like that? What? Don't talk about my friend like that.
I am very self-deprecating. I'm gonna work on that. But yeah, in this, I'm reading Tantra by Osho, The Supreme Understanding, and I've had this book for many years, and I've gone back.
Wait,
to
hold
it.
it up. Let me see.
It's like a Bible to me because I always go back to it, and I just sometimes I'll even just like flip through and see where I land. This week it landed on just like basically, for in simple terms, just chilling, like just learning how to
Be still.
how to be still, how to accept, not with defeat, not in a feeling of defeat, but just like of surrender, beautiful surrender. And, even just like coming back to the center of yourself and your being, and just like it even, there was another excerpt I was reading on giving, like how like we be acting like, rich people give, and like, oh, it's so like, oh, they're good, they gave, but not really, because to give, you have to take. You're accumulating things. Are you sharing? Sharing is different. Sharing is effortless. It even talks about like if you give somebody a gift, like you don't deserve no kind of big pomp and circumstance and thank yous and all of that. Like you lucky the person even accepted your gift. How interesting is that to think of it like that?
Yeah, because it's like, where does the gift come from? Is it from wanting to get praise? Is it wait? The gift needs to come from the most purest place.
You're just giving. It's just
giving.
like water, and so there shouldn't be no big thing about it, And
Because we're supposed to.
right, and you should be joyous if the person even accepts your gift. Who is to say they want this burden of whatever this thing you're giving them? It's so interesting,
That's
yo.
so interesting. Because then, like, it makes me think about. It reminds me of Christmas time back in the day, and Santa. My parents would give my older brother. We would all get our gifts. Open
From
up our
Santa.
gifts. We'd be like, "Yay! I got this! Yay! I got that!" And then Fred, shout out to Fred. I'm sorry, Fred. He would open his gift, and he would always get angry. He'd be like, "No, this doesn't fit me. Yeah. Oh, I don't want this. This is the wrong one." It would just always go wrong, and
Really?
and it would ruin the holiday year after year like clockwork. And I'm like, he did not accept those gifts. It's like, you're ungrateful. What is wrong?
He just
with
didn't
you?
accept them, and that's his prerogative.
At that time, I did not see it like that. I was like, dang. And my mom was like, oh, word.
I've said no to gifts before. People have offered me gifts that I've been like, I don't want that gift. No, I'm not going to take that.
What?
Yes.
I just smile and be like, thank you. I can't put it in. I don't have it in me.
you know what, like gifts like are that are expensive that you know the person sacrificed out of themselves. I've done that before, knowing that this was something that I did not want that person to make that sacrifice for me because I knew it, so I didn't accept the gift. Because that's the thing. Because that's the thing. Sometimes people give gifts with intentions
Ooh,
behind
that part. That's some
them.
that's where it's the nastiest. That's the side where like, yeah, that philosophy is absolutely correct because you're going to give me this gift contingent upon what? That I have to show up for you in a way at a time that I don't have capacity to? Absolutely not. Manipulation. No. No, thank you.
So that's
No,
business
thank
meditation. No, thank you.
you.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
You know. So yeah, you know. So, you know, Uni, I'm curious, and I'm sure our listeners are curious, like, what have you been up to since our last episode? Like, what's the cooking?
Yes. Oh, Sonic Messengers happened. We were back at Public Records.
Wait, did you already do one already for the
Yeah, it was on
when?
Friday the 25th.
Okay. I mean,
And
it's not like I wasn't here anyway.
no, you weren't here. I knew you weren't here because if you were here, I would have been like, "Come through."
Yeah, I would have
No,
definitely
no, I
came.
knew
How
you.
was
I knew
it?
you were out. It was great. Chanel couldn't make it, so guess who
I
subbed
really
for Chanelly?
Okay, let me see. I really want to guess. Was it China Moses?
No. Oh, that mean that's yeah, China.
Who subbed for Chanel? Was it a vocalist?
Yeah.
Was it a girl?
No.
Was it Tyreek?
No.
Was it Chris Turner?
No.
Chris
I mean Charles? No.
Chris Charles?
Chris Charles Turner. Charles Turner, shout out to Spiletta. No, but he would be a great
I'm sorry,
choice too.
Charles. Okay, I give up.
Jay Horde!
Oh my god, I love Jay Horde.
Oh.
I would have been there.
He was Chef's Kiss.
Oh, he's amazing.
Chef's Kiss. Fit in like a glove. He brought his looper, was sampling himself on the
my
tracks.
Oh.
Just being open and doing what we do with Sonic Messengers, just being in the moment, trusting yourself. Whatever idea that comes to your mind, you just do it.
Yeah.
He was in there and having a good time.
I
Just pure
love
freedom.
Jay
He
Horde is
sounded
amazing.
so good.
He's
So
so
good.
creatively free and he always takes risks and
Yes.
you know, Sonic Messengers, that's like his bag.
I
you
know.
Like,
He was like,
he's
"Thank
like,
you.
yes.
You don't know." I was like, "No, I do know."
Oh,
And
nice.
Chanel called him before, like she knew she wasn't gonna be able to make it, so she's like, "I already called Jay." And I was like, "Pooh, perfect."
Nice. That's perfect. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jay Horde. We love you so much. We recorded an episode with Jay Horde and we never released it. Remember?
Oh, because the audio got jacked. Oh,
So we
so
have
we
to
need we
re-record.
gotta bring.
All right, let me make.
him
All right, I'm good
back.
today. I am making notes today. All right.
And then so that happened, but aside that's good news. But in sad news, DJ Clark Kent passed away.
R.I.P. DJ Clark
Rest in
Kent.
peace. And Rich Medina was DJing in the other room the same night and saw him and, just gave him a big hug and showed him support during our set, checked him out. He came and said hi to us and, had to dedicate the set to DJ Clark Kent. If y'all don't know who DJ Clark Kent is, please do your research. He's very much plays a key role in the music that we love that came from Biggie Smalls, from Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt, that whole record. So much, Mariah Carey, so many people that his sound and his beats and his DJing in general too, just very much New York, very Brooklyn's finest, God's favorite DJ. Rest in peace to DJ Clark Kent.
How old was he?
68. Very young. He passed away from colon cancer, and he held it very close to the chest for 4 years. I had a chance to meet him from Summer Stage because the originals. The originals are Stretch Armstrong, Rich Medina, DJ Clark Kent, Tony Touch,
I
and
remember that
D-Nice.
bill. That was this year,
This year it did
earlier
get
this year.
canceled because of the
The
rain, the weather.
rain.
So
Yes.
it didn't happen.
It didn't
But the year
happen.
before it did, which was my
Okay.
first year at summer stage, and yeah, those guys are great. I love them, and I know they're all grieving right now. They lost their brother, and yeah,
May
so
he rest in peace and
may he
heavenly
rest in peace.
peace. You know, hopefully he's in heaven DJing and making beats and having fun with all of the greats. And
Rest in beats. Hip hop has
rest
been
in,
taking a lot of hits this year.
yeah. I mean, once the 50th happened, hip hop 50th, then it's just like, yeah. But you know, I can't help but to, you know, encourage those everyone who's listening. Get your checkups, yo.
Check on
Go
your people.
check on your people, but go to the doctor and do your physicals, people. Okay, do your blood
Go to the
work.
doctor. I
Do
know
your
it's hard
colonoscopies.
to put the investment, even if you don't have a general practitioner, you don't get your physical every year, or you don't have like a regular doctor. Just go to your city MD or clinic and just get your tests in. Just do it once a year. Set aside a little money and get your blood work done. Get all the tests. It's so important. Even
It's
if you
so
feel like
important.
you're fine or whatever, or if you don't feel like you're fine and you're a little scared, just do it, because the only way things are going to get better is if you get those tests done and take care of yourself, and movement, exercise, and try to make healthy decisions. And for every yes you say, you got to say no a couple times to certain things that are on your plate.
You cooking with grease today. You preaching today. Okay, she came with a word in her spirit for the people because it's true.
It's true.
And hopefully musicians and artists are listening, and the lifestyle of a creative person in 2024 is hectic. You're
It is.
juggling many things, you're crazy hours, it's very
Yeah.
easy to just go day after day after day after day. Before you know it, it's a year and you didn't get your blood work done. Meanwhile, you don't know that you're dealing with something until it's too late. So we have to make that a priority. And the ways that we
Prevention.
were able, prevention, the ways that we were able to move when we first started out, we can't move like that anymore.
Which goes to go back to your point of like being still and all of that.
Scheduling time to rest. Shout out
Scheduling
to the
time.
Nat Ministry. Shout out to the Nat Ministry. Okay, she's been such a beautiful advocate for the importance of rest. The importance of actually. Let me pull up
The
because
radicalness of it.
because it kind of is radical.
It is radical.
Um,
Oh.
she's actually on her New York book tour right now. Actually, We Will Rest is the name of the book. It's a really awesome book. I'm still waiting on my copy. Trisha Hersey is
Oh
the author,
yes.
and her page is the Nat Ministry. We've been DMing. We're kind of like pals, kind of on the DM.
Oh, I love
But
that.
yeah. So shout out to
Oh.
Trisha and congratulations on the release of your book. If you're listening, you guys should go and follow the book tour and check it out because we need to
Speaking
implement rest.
speaking of books, there's a book in my cart right now that I need to get, that I've heard
What
a lot
book?
about, that I'll share. It's called The Audacity of Relevance: Critical Conversations on the Future of Arts and Culture, which kind of goes
The
hand in hand with.
audacity of relevance.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
like that.
Yeah, it's a really good one, especially if you are a curator or you work in the arts in any capacity of presenting. There's a quote here. It says it's a manifesto on the state of the nonprofit arts sector and the once in a lifetime opportunity leaders have to redefine the business as an investment in our shared social purpose. The audacity of relevance isn't just for arts leaders, but for artists, philanthropists, and arts loving audiences. It provides a modern look at our organizations and invites us to break the echo chambers we operate in by forcing us to see the world differently. Alex Serene, who's the author, asks us to rethink our purpose by learning into our shared humanity.
Wow.
So yeah, that's in my in my Amazon cart right now.
Get that,
I
Uni,
gotta
because I
get
want
it.
to. I'm
I gotta get
curious
it.
about like what they mean by the audacity of relevance. Like, how are
Mm-hmm.
they interacting with the word audacity, as in like the beautiful
Yeah.
audaciousness? Like, is it a good thing they're saying? Like, are they challenging us to figure out our relevance, or is it
Or is it like
challenging
you're
the idea
trying
of
too hard to be relevant?
right?
Right?
So yeah, let me
So
know
I
what
don't
the book
know.
talking
That's
about. Let's
interesting.
see.
Yes. Then let's see what
Yeah.
else. Oh yes, I went to the movies the other day, which I
Okay.
often do, and saw Piece by Piece by
What's
Pharrell.
that?
Really,
Oh yes, the
the
Lego
Pharrell,
movie.
the Lego movie that is an interview style, basically biopic of his life and music and things that he's gone through, how he started, and it's all in Lego form.
Wow.
And I
So do
highly
you see him
recommend
in
it.
the movie, or is it just like
Yeah,
Lego?
it's they're all Lego characters. Everybody from like Chad, and NERD
But their
and the
voices are narrated. You hear their
Neptunes.
voices, but it's like
Everyone's
Lego.
voices are in there. Snoop Dogg is in there.
That's
Kendrick
cool.
Lamar. So many, so many people, and it's really cool. It's really artfully done. The colors are just really vibrant and
Oh
beautiful,
wow.
and the music, the soundtrack of everything. It takes you on a journey of who he was, who he is as a producer, and all the
Hmm.
work and everything that he's done. Like if you don't know Pharrell outside of NERD and the Neptunes, you learn a lot about the the hand that he had in music in terms of the sounds of the early 2000s.
Yeah, he was definitely
He was the
like
hit
him,
maker.
Timbaland, like were like pillars of
Yes, they went to school
creating the
together.
sound. They did?
High
That's so
school.
crazy. I didn't know
They're all
that.
from Virginia and Missy Elliott.
Oh,
And he talks about that in there. It's just such a fun movie, and it's like for everyone. It's there were kids in there bobbing their heads, singing
that's
along.
cute.
Sometimes it's really cute. It's really fun. It's really lighthearted, especially if you just want to kind of get away and get back to like just having fun and,
Yeah. Yeah.
and getting away. And then I saw Smile 2. Do you like horror movies?
I love horror movies.
Smile 2 is insanely
Okay.
scary.
Okay.
Did you see the first Smile?
Is that the one with the balloon? The guy with the balloon?
No, that's it.
That's it. Oh, yes. Yes, I did. Yes, we did see Smile in the theaters, actually.
Yeah. Oh, you saw. Oh, you got it.
What,
Yes, you have to see the second one. So
we see it in
Smile is
theaters?
basic.
Oh, yep,
Probably
yep, yep. Yes, I did see it. I want to
it's the
see
demon
that.
that takes over people. Like when someone will commit suicide in front of them, and then the demon attaches to that person and just makes them
Right.
go absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And this second one is a pop star is the one that gets the demon.
Okay, it got
It's
85% Rotten
crazy.
Tomatoes. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Actually, you're making me want to see the movie. Go to the movies tonight. Actually, I might do that.
Shout out to
I
Michelle. He just said, imagine that being at the jam session.
Oh my gosh! And the demon like jumps on you when you're on stage at the jam.
Somebody asking to play, and they're like,
Oh my god, Chris, that's
"Oh
such a
my god!"
haunting thought.
The pop star was just seeing everybody like this at her
Oh my
shows. And
god,
imagine being in the
I want
jam
to see
session.
that.
Can I play?
It kind of is like that though. Sometimes some jams are just cats be
No, really, there is
scary.
some people that have been like, "Can I play?"
Yes, yes.
Ew,
Like
Uni.
that guy, that one guy who tried to like sell me with a $2 bill. I was like, what? Chris, that's such a horrific idea. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Well, I'm excited because I'm gonna be going on vacation. I finally
Yes.
booked my flight. I booked my Airbnb. I'm
Where are you
going to
going?
ding 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 Tulum.
Yeah. Oh, Tulum is nice.
You know?
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you, Uni. It's going to be 10 days, a good old 10
Perfect.
days.
When are you
Don't
going?
worry though, we have episodes in the can for you. We're going to be releasing our next episode with November 11th. Shout out to everyone who came to Cafe Erzuli for the live taping of
Yes.
Satara's episode. Yes. And DJ Uchel, DJ, shout out to DJ Uchel. Yeah, who just celebrated a birthday. Happy
Hey, happy
belated.
belated.
Yeah. So while I'm on vacation on the beach, y'all be getting that. But yeah, man, I found the most beautiful Airbnb that's like a 10-minute bike ride to the beach. It has like a restaurants everywhere, like nearby.
Oh,
Like it's serene, it's
nice.
beautiful.
Be
You know
careful
I'm
when you're out
bougie.
there, though.
I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna be careful. I'm a thug. I know how to move around. You know what I
You do.
mean?
You do.
Like, if anyone's like kind of like, here's my little tip, ladies. If you're walking in a dark alley, and like or somewhere secluded, and you're feeling like someone's
So, if you're happen to be walking in a dark,
don't.
sorry,
I
go
mean,
on.
or you sometimes you be in dark places. Like if you, ladies, if you are walking in a dark alley,
Uh oh.
are we back? You there?
Yay! I'm back.
Okay, I don't know what happened. I think my computer was gonna die, but I got it in there real quick.
Woo! We
See,
back.
it's because the spirit of smile, cause freaking Chris jinked us with that crazy idea.
Oh my god.
The spirit of smile came in the taping and like froze
Jesus.
our tape.
Jesus. 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 Jesus.
Okay, ladies, I didn't get that. So if you're walking somewhere and it's you're feeling in danger or someone's walking behind you, just start acting crazy yourself. Just start like moving weird and like that and stuff.
What?
And
That is your tactic? What?
yes, you need,
Yo, I'll
if you
just
do
book
that,
it.
no one's
Beeline it to wherever you're trying to get to.
sure.
What?
You can book it. What if you're wearing heels and you can't run in your heels or something? All you got to do is just act strange. Just like walk like this
Well,
or
if they're
like
coming after you, that's not going to do anything. I
I'm just
mean,
saying if you feel like you're like attracting people and they're like trying to talk like if you're in a, you know what I mean like if you're
oh
in
yeah,
like a
like don't be
nightclub
cute.
area, don't be cute. Just be
Don't be
weird and
cute.
like most likely they're going to leave you alone. Listen, I knock on wood, it works. It works for me. All right.
I'm
I
dead.
I haven't been attacked. Knock
I
on
do have a
wood.
question for you. Did you coordinate your ground transfer already? Because I have a great company.
Well, you know what? I would love to check out your company's rates because the hotel that I'm staying at, well, the Airbnb, it's like an Airbnb hotel. They have transportation, like they offer
Included in
transportation,
the
but it's
package.
really expensive. No,
How
it's
much is
like you
it?
have to pay for it. Let me tell you, I think hold on, it's right here. It is $105. Because from the airport to the
It's a
Airbnb,
little
it's a
more.
40-minute drive,
Might be a little
hour drive.
less. Check it out. I'll send it to you. And you could also coordinate where they put like drinks in there for you and chips,
Oh, that's
especially
cute.
when you get off of the plane. You might need a little
Yeah,
substance, and
I'm
you
probably
have
gonna
to
need
go
that.
straight. I love them. They're called Meat Playa.
Okay, mi playa. Okay,
Meet
okay. Uni
Playa.
said, I know all about the islands. Okay, thank you. Please send that to me.
Yes,
Okay.
they're great. I love them, and I'll send it to you.
Okay, awesome. The car service that they're offering, they also offer a 40-minute stop at a grocery store, like the biggest
Oh,
supermarket in the area, so you can stop on your way from the airport, which I thought
that's
was really
kind of
cool.
better, actually.
Right? You get to like do your groceries. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna have oat bran and blueberries and peanut butter every morning. And then I'm gonna have a
Mm,
nice salad for lunch with some kind of protein. And then I'll treat myself every other night to go out to dinner because it's gonna be amazing
yes.
food everywhere. I'm gonna sleep on the beach. I already got my bug spray. I already got my bathing suit. I'm like so ready
Oh
and I
my
can't
God,
wait.
yes. It
You
sounds
know
so
I've been
good.
needing this. I cannot wait to come back like relaxed and like refreshed because I feel like I've just been like really struggling to like I'm trying to make it through. I know you
Mm.
guys have heard me complain about this time and time again this year on
No,
this
you're
podcast,
you're so
but
right.
trust me, after this it's gonna be new Melanie, aka
But guess
Deflower.
what? You may have been talking about it a lot, but guess what? You're a doer and you did the thing and you prioritized yourself and you
Yes,
make it, you bought it. It's happening.
it's happening. I'm very excited.
I'm so
Thank you,
happy for
Uni.
you. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you, girl. Thank you
That's
so
a big feat.
much.
Paying for your own
You know what I
vacation
mean? You know what I mean?
is
Shout out to
getting
Delta Miles. I had some
grown.
miles. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Oh, yes. All them
So,
gigs with the miles.
you know what I'm
Hello.
saying? Hello. Um,
Hello.
hello. Hello. Right. So, yeah,
Perks.
man. I guess what else could we say that I what let me I guess, I share with you guys that, I just came back from UMass with Micaiah and those guys. That was really awesome. Before that, I was in Chicago. I did my last show of the year as Melanie Charles Group there, and that was really beautiful. Shout out to Jazz at the Logan, University of Chicago. Really treated us so good. Like they had everything on the
Yes.
rider, child. You know when you do the rider and they do it too well, and then now you got all the food left over, which is a good problem.
Yes,
Okay,
it is. It
but
just it goes such a long way.
it really does.
When it's
It
like
really does.
obviously like it's not a rider that's out of out of reach,
It's not a
you
crazy rider.
know.
Our rider
It's
is
not a
definitely
crazy
very.
rider. It's not a
It's not.
crazy
I've seen
rider.
some crazy writers. I've seen some very specific writers before. I'm sure. Have you seen some crazy writers, Uni?
Mhm. Mhm. Where it's like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
no, we can't do that." I think it's fine if you can't do it. It's like you just gotta discuss. It's just a
And tell the
discussion.
people.
It's a
Yeah,
discussion.
it's a
Everything. I
discussion.
always say everything is in a conversation.
It really is. It really is. But shout out to University of Chicago. They really gave everything that I
This
needed
was
on there. So that was
fun.
cool. And then, I'm excited in December. I'm going to be premiering a new project at Poisson Rouge. It's
Yes.
a co-bill with Marquise Hill, his composer's project. Shout out to Marquise.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marquis got a beautiful pen, and he's like has a really great collective of musicians and composers. And so yeah, he brought me in to do a double bill for that show, and it's going to be featuring myself, Ignabu, and Baybro, which I'm really excited about that. Yeah,
Ooh,
we recorded a
yay.
Coltrane
Listen.
project a few years ago before the pandemic. It's like a Coltrane mixtape mashup, gang, gang, gang type beat. And
Yes.
yeah, we're gonna be doing music from that. And 2025 is gonna be different. It's
We
gonna
gonna
be
move different. We gonna
different.
keep moving. We're gonna keep
Keep on
moving.
moving, keep
Oh, I
on
got to shout
moving,
out
don't stop.
next
No.
Sonic Messengers is gonna be at
Yes.
Xanadu on
Oh,
December
nice.
14th. DJ
December 14th.
Uchild and DJ Uchild and DJ Relly Rel are gonna do a special set that it's a roller skating set. So either bring your skates or rent some skates. Skates are only like $7 if you don't have any there. It's really cheap.
I love that.
It's a beautiful venue, very
Have
retro,
you been
very
already?
yes, it's giving like 90s Ninja Turtle, neon lights, disco ball energy.
Okay. I
So
love
they're gonna be
that.
spinning the whole soul, crate dive, hip hop, R&B classics set to skate to, and then Sonic Messengers, we're gonna do our thing.
Oh my
Chanel's gonna
gosh,
be
I love
back. It's gonna
that.
be fun.
Yes, save the day, you guys. December 14th. That sounds really fun. I've been hearing great things about
Yeah,
Xanadu.
it's
Oh,
it's
that's
gonna
going to
be
be
lit.
nice. December
Yeah.
14th. Make sure you guys save that date. And that's a few days. The LPR show that we got going on is December 5th with Marquise Hill. So
Oh,
see
we
y'all
got
December 5th at
things.
LPR. See you December 14th at Xanadu. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we have some cool things coming up next year that we're going to be announcing, as the months go by. But, once again, thank you everybody for tuning in, for supporting us, for encouraging us. Make sure you follow our YouTube page, Make Jazz Trill Again Official. Share our Instagram with all your friends. If you want us to interview anyone or sit down and have conversations with anyone, let us know. Slide in our DMs or make
Yeah.
a comment. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Shout
we
out
need
to
your
Zacchaeus
feedback. Y'all
Paul.
are quiet.
Yeah, you guys are really quiet. We want to know how you're feeling.
Jeez.
You had a good idea. Maybe we should do some more lives, some like Instagram lives or
Yeah.
YouTube lives or stuff to engage. So let us know if you guys would be
Yes.
interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it for today, y'all. What you
That's
think, Uni?
it. I think whatever you do,
Remember to
make
make
jazz
jazz
chill
chill again.
again.
Ew.